So I was watching this or listening to this podcast by Gary Jenkins. It's called Gangland Wire. And he did an episode on John Curly Montana from Cleveland, which I thought would be interesting. And it was. I advise you check it out. But they were talking with a retired FBI agent who worked in Cleveland in the late 70s. From what I take it, to the early to mid 80s. He was working in the Cleveland office. And he picked up a case of the murder of Henry Podborny, who was a Chicago businessman whose wife decided to have him eliminated or something along those lines. And he was killed, and they were going to steal all his money. And somehow John Curly Montana got involved. And Curly Montana was a longtime Cleveland Rackets figure. He was involved in narcotics at one point, prostitution rackets, burglary, murder for hire. But his main racket was probably loan sharking, and it made Curly a very wealthy individual. And he was a longtime confidant of Pete DeGravio, who was killed in the late 60s by a sniper on a Chesterland, Ohio golf course. And some people believe Curly had a hand in that murder. But on this case, he ended up being convicted in 1984 and sentenced to, I think it was 25 or 30 years in prison. He ended up doing about half that time, and he got early parole in the late 90s by the same prosecutor who supported Ron Carabia getting out of prison. So the prosecutor must have had a soft spot for wise guys. But during the podcast, they claimed that Curly Montana was a made member of the Cleveland Mafia, and he was the son of former Buffalo Consigliere or underboss John C. Montana. Well, John C. Montana from Buffalo died in 1964. And there is no heirs in his obituary. While Curly Montana from Cleveland's father was named John as well, he was a grocer, and he ran a grocery business. He had, nothing to do with the Buffalo mob whatsoever. As far as I can tell, he looked like just a legitimate guy in the grocery business, as far as I could tell. And then their second claim is that John Curly Montana was a soldier in the Cleveland Mafia. Well, he probably should have been, being he was street smart, a guy that could earn money and kill people. The brains and the balls. But only one problem. Curly Montana is not Italian. He's actually of Romanian descent. So he wasn't eligible to be a made member. So there's no chance that he was made. It's absolutely zero. So I just wanted to put that out there, that Curly Montana is not a made member, and he is not the son of the Buffalo underboss or consigliere, whatever he was, of the same name out of Buffalo. Thanks for watching.